Hey guys, Cody with CJC Off-Road, and today's gonna be a recap video on my personal 2021 Tremor. Now for a while this truck was in a lot of our videos leading up to the Eventure suspension video, but it's pretty much been out of all the videos since then, so I just wanted to recap what we've done to the truck, how it's sitting, and kind of how I built basically my dream setup with this build. So for those of you who have not seen our Eventure video, I would encourage you to go check that video out. It highlights just how well this electric suspension works and shows this truck going through a ton of different terrain, sometimes at very high speeds, and just shows how versatile it is. So I really pretty much found that was basically my final resting point for suspension. I could use the truck for towing. You could firm up the rear, cut the bouncing out, or I could go play with the truck on the weekend and not need to bring a toy out to the desert or on trips. Or when I went hunting, I could also have a little fun on the dirt roads out of camp and things like that. So I've just loved having the suspension system that works well in so many situations. And again, for those of you who are not familiar, it is an electronically adjustable shock system that's both reacting to the input from you as well as input from the truck and reading what the truck is reading and therefore adjusting how the suspension feels. Again, there's a complete video on that, but it is a very cool suspension system. Moving on to lighting, in a lot of these videos, the truck had the Baja Designs blinkable setup. It is an excellent setup and probably actually is the most popular light solution that we sell for both the Ram and Ford diesel trucks. However, I did want to change it up a little bit, so we worked with a local partner, Factory Aftermarket. It is a small brand who is fabricating a tubular light bar setup that uses more like a pod style light. So for those of you who are familiar, it would use like a Baja Designs LP light, which comes 4, 6, or 9 inches. I opted for a 6-inch light, which kind of balances that front end. I did not want a light that was actually physically bigger than the headlights. Sometimes, I don't know, there's a personal preference. I don't like how that looks, but the LP6 offers a ton of light output. Another cool thing we did while they made the light bar, we decided let's come up with a really simple harness for this setup. So we did a CJC in-house harness. And what it's going to do is allow you to run the light bar to 3 different upfitter switches, one of which is going to be your ignition hot upfitter switch. You leave that on and it's going to glow those amber backlights and the LP lights. And then from there, you're gonna have the center 3 lights and the outer 2 lights on different switches. So you're able to kind of adjust how much light output you're getting from this setup. It's extremely sleek, extremely simple, but a very cool lighting upgrade for those of you with Super Duty trucks. And it is also 2023 compatible as well. Wheel and tire wise, we are still on the same package. It's gonna be a 37 by 1350 Nitto Ridge Grappler with the 18-inch Innovate G500 wheel, gloss black. Pretty much a timeless combination. It looks extremely well. This truck is parked outside, so I know there's a lot of concern with how the finishes last on wheels. My current house does not allow me to park this truck inside, and therefore the powder coat finish has lasted extremely well. I've had no issues and been very happy with how it's lasted. And also for those of you who are really into what kind of wheel and tire and niche products, one of the very cool features of the Innovate wheels is their billet hubcap kit for the Super Duties. There's actually a billet cap with their own billet knob, and therefore allows your hubs to utilize the factory, vacuum 4-wheel drive system, or allows you to manually adjust the locker knob, but it allows it to be in a covered package utilizing a billet cap instead of having to choose whether or not you're gonna have access to those caps on whether or not you're gonna run a plastic one or not. Just another very cool feature about the Innovate wheels. Moving to the rear of the truck, this is going to be the same Deaver progressive spring pack. This is not the HG or any of those. This is just the standard full progressive spring pack. With this truck, I kind of had some plans of maybe doing a camper. However, we saved those for the 2023 that is coming in. And so I want to just keep with those leaf packs, but I do have a flatbed steel kind of off-road truck trailer that I used to haul a pre-runner and a Jeep and things like that. And so this truck does get a fair bit of sag because that trailer alone is, I believe, over 3,000 pounds. Then you put a toy on it, it's quite heavy. So locally, there is another cool partner that we've worked with, and that's gonna be Full Travel Airbags. He's a one-man shop who has custom designed a airbag system. It's a little bit different than the Carli Long Travel airbag system, which actually does not work on a 2.5-inch lift height truck. So this system's a little bit different. Instead of using that longer bag, it still uses a traditional twin bellow bag with a cradle, kind of similar to what we've done with Firestone systems in the past. But instead, he kind of set all of the geometry, all of the placement for the airbags, so you can slide the cradle in and out. What that means is when you are towing, you'll just reach in there, slide that cradle in, put the load on your truck, air the bags up to whatever your desired pressure is to sit at level, you're good to go. Say you unhook your fifth wheel from the truck, want to have a little fun or go rescue your buddy off-road, you'll simply unlock those cradles, bam, you have 100% full suspension travel, yet can still slide them back in, tow your trailer home, etc., etc. It is an extremely cool system. If that wasn't enough, there's also a breather system with a manual valve, so you can actually turn and open that valve. Therefore, if you were to ever get in a really weird situation for somehow the spring just barely contacted the airbag, instead of facing resistance, the airbag will still compress. With the filter, it can't suck in dirt, etc. It is a very cool package and is far ahead of those Firestone packages with the cradles that we've used for so long. So we're very thankful to work with this partner and come up with a very cool solution. And that's going to pretty much do it as far as changes I've made pretty much since the Eventure video. This truck, really, I've tried to keep it semi-simple. I know people will say a $20-something thousand tab of modifications is not simple, but less is more in a lot of situations. We see people do crazy racks and tire carries and stuff like this. I have a spare tire underneath the Carli trophy hitch. I didn't need to do a swing out bumper or anything crazy like that. With this truck, I just had a Retrax bed cover, so I've been able to keep all my gear safe, the kids' stroller, etc. When we go do family zoo stuff, yeah, I can still take the truck out and hunt. I've towed, it's kind of done everything I've ever asked of it, and it's rode really well and handled really well in all those situations. While pushing it very hard, we did see the factory steering system wear out. That's where we went with the Apex steering package about 10,000 miles ago, and it hasn't had a single issue. So really, it's just a cool all-around build that I've been very thankful to literally daily drive and build myself. And yeah, if you aren't familiar with any of this stuff, we do have videos, again, detailing the Eventure suspension system or just what the basic suspension choices are for your Super Duty truck. But at the end of the day, this package has allowed me to take this truck up in the mountains, out to the desert, to work, commute, take my kid to school, and all of the above in an extremely comfortable ride. Yet, I've also been able to do a lot of other cool, unique things that you just could not do with a stock Super Duty diesel truck. Going back to the video we did a couple years ago with the stock Super Duty, you literally couldn't drive that truck at a certain speed off-road because it was below the fuel lines apart. So this system allows you to ride in comfort, get everything done you want to do, and yet still take that same truck to work. Something I think is very unique to the products that we carry. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We'll be happy to help you out. Again, if you're a shop who has never seen these parts or just seeing this video for the first time, call us. We'll happily set you up an account and get these parts in your hands for your customers. We appreciate this. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.